welcome to this YouTube channel. Here we are going to discuss the Hindu articles appeared in editorial section for 30th May. Let's start. Come to the editorial section. So basically what has happened, Shri Ganganagar district in Rajasthan has touched 48 degrees centigrade. It is hottest India has ever been. We tend to focus on the emission, but for India these are not only villain but the structural issues such as heat island, manufacturing by concrete, asphalt, or cutting trees. The articles argue that these tend to be compensated by technical fixes, which are dangerous because it creates a paradox. A machine is supposed to be the solution, is itself the cause. What the article suggests that the solution is urban design. We should design our buildings in such a way using reflective materials and green covering, and building codes should be calibrated to the climate necessities. The article also suggests that enforcement of labor laws is also equally necessary because these quick fixes can only reach to the privileged section, not those outdoor workers who have to work in the. Recently, the Quad ministers have met in Delhi. There has been some agreement signed during the visit. Maritime surveillance cooperation, maritime domain awareness, Indo-Pacific, Quad at Sea observation initiative, Quad critical mineral initiative, as well as Quad infrastructure project to be built in Fiji, Mauritius. The declaration has mentioned several incidents like Pahalgam attack, East and South China Sea aggression, Strait of Hormuz blockade. Yet the language was calibrated as well. It doesn't mention how US has unprovocatively attacked Iran, as well as how US torpedoed Iranian ship who was in India for a friendly visit. All these actions are challenges to the Quad's unity. Further, India was supposed to held a Quad summit in 2024, but due to election difficulties at the time of Biden era, it was deterred, and further, it was deterred due to Pannu Nijjar case as well. In 2025, tensions due to sanctions, trade issues, and Operation Sindoor, the plans were also deterred. Now the worry is India will have to demit the chair to Australia without holding the summit. These shows are downgraded in the engagement. Quad regional initiative has been appreciated in the Indo-Pacific region as a force of good, but Quad has been suffering from contradictions. So first, Quad leaders has to figure out these inner contradiction to go forward. This is a good article by Dr. Shashi Tharoor. I will recommend if you have time, you should read it. Basically, it is about international law, how the international law destabilizing times is working. Tharoor has quoted Voltaire, who said, "Holy Roman Empire was neither holy nor Roman and nor an empire." Similarly, the international law is neither truly public nor reliably international and nor a consistent law, which is the prime requirement for a law. That is, it should be consistent. He says the power, not the principle, is determining the outcomes of the world. The last century and a half, humanity has painstakingly effort to establish a global order. But in the recent year, the order has been decaying very fast. He has laid some examples of it. The fundamental principle of UN Charter, that is the guarantee of sovereignty and territorial integrity, has been invaded or breached again and again by Russian invasion to Ukraine and US Israeli war on Iran. So both the incidents have shown that charter's promise can be shredded when the power choose to do so. Similarly, he has also highlighted the pattern is not limited to major powers, but the minor powers are also taking the refuge of incursions, like Turkey's incursion in northern Syria. Similarly, Azerbaijan's use of force in Nagorno-Karabakh and Ethiopia's conduct in Tigray regions, or cross-border Sudan strike by Ethiopia. Also, he says that international humanitarian law has also suffered grievous violations, be it Syria, where chemical weapons, indiscriminate bombing of the civilian areas, siege tactics has been used. Non-state actors like ISIS and the various militias has committed large-scale atrocities. Similarly, in Yemen also, Saudi-led coalition as well as Houthis have been accused of several wrongdoings. Even the democratic states have not been immune to the degradation of the international humanitarian law, be it US use of torture during the war on terror, Australia's offshore detention to the asylum seeker, or Europe's pushback to the migrants in the Mediterranean has also raised serious moral concerns. He says that it is not the frequency that is worrying, but the impunity. International law depends on consent, reciprocity, and enforcement through collective mechanism. But the same institution to uh, ensure and enforce the global international law has been paralyzed by geopolitical rivalries as well as accusation of biases. This has led to a vacuum in which states increasingly act with power, not principle, to determine legality. As Thucydides said, the strong do what they can and weak suffer what they must. He says when powerful violates international law, it is a signal to the others that norms are not mandatory but and that might is right. This has created not philosophical but practical and tangible consequences. Conflicts have become harder to resolve. Civilians have been burnt of violence. Global commons have been degraded, and trust between the nation have been evaporated. The rule-based order, if the rule-based order, imperfect as it is, remain humanity's best hope. Steps that could be taken, strengthening the multilateral institutions, fixing the accountabilities, and culture that prize restraint rather than adventurism. That is it for this video. Hope you like it, and please give it a thumbs up if you like it, or a thumbs down if you don't like it. Please do comment what we can improve. Have a nice day.